Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Desi, and today I'm going to be reviewing a film called ACES. It was produced in 2022, and I myself am an ACE. So this is one of the few, at least popular, I think it's one of the most popular videos on ACES that I found. So hopefully you all enjoy, and without further ado, let's get started.
You just missed it. The Montgomery prep bus leaves at 8:02.
But the schedule
The
says
schedule is wrong. It's always 8:02.
how long of a walk is it?
Too long. You want to ride with me?
What I like about this movie or this film is like she's kind of sketched out.
I just met you.
That's typically how you make friends.
Or get kidnapped. Where's your uniform?
There's an element of suspicion which adds realism, which is nice. So good job, producer.
So, are you with me or are you walking?
Thanks.
Summer.
Phoebe.
It looks like there's a little bit of a spark, but not really. And the happy music. I don't know where this is filmed, but I love the fall colors. It's pretty. Also, I'm very jealous of her hair. I don't know if she uses product, but I love that hair. They're flirting. So I didn't realize this until like not that long ago, but Phoebe is new to the area. I don't know why that didn't click. And Summer's being really good and like introducing them to friend groups. Now Phoebe, as someone who's like kind of introverted, she actually has people to eat with now, so I relate to that. She doesn't have to sit by herself. This is just something aside. Like that car is so pristine. Like I live on a dirt road. It looks like it's been raining too. Like my car would be like covered with mud when I get back to my house, and this car is like pristine. It just cracks me up.
Thanks again.
Same time tomorrow?
Yeah, sure. If you don't mind.
It'd be the only reason I don't skip.
Oh, I love this moment here where Phoebe's like, "Has this girl been flirting with me? Is this real?" It's pretty funny.
This whole day. Am I wrong, or have you been
Flirting with you?
yeah.
I love that bit of awkwardness.
Absolutely. But I can stop if you want.
No.
Or if
no.
you play for the other team.
No. I play gay.
This cracks me up.
You know, there's still a lot in town that I haven't.
I like the awkwardness too, like the nervous energy. Like, I actually relate to this Phoebe a lot. She's just like, let's hang out more.
So maybe if you want, you could show me around.
Got any plans after school tomorrow?
Just homework.
Then it's a date.
She's like little happy dance. And here's the part of the film, and I mentioned this in my podcast too, and I talked about this because I'd edited a bunch of the language for YouTube. But this is where you would sort of consider this a normal sort of romantic relationship if you didn't see the title at the beginning. Because they're just like chilling together, passing notes, and just being kind of flirty. And you can kind of gradually see them like getting more touchy-feely and intimate, but again, if you didn't see the title, you just assume this is a normal sort of progression for a relationship. Now they're dancing, super cute. And just as an aside, this is like the honeymoon period for an ace when they're dating an aloe person, at least. Especially at this age, I guess. Because it's all, none of it's romantic. There's no like, there's no touching and, exploring the bases or whatever. Like, it's not, I can't use that one word because of YouTube. It's not about physical intimacy at this point. It's more about connection and building up a bond rather than proceeding towards. That's why I had to freaking edit and redo this video because I have to say ace instead of the other word. And even in this video, they don't reference it. They don't say it directly. The S word. I guess I could just refer it to as the S word. But this has nothing to do with the S word. It hasn't advanced to that point. So for someone who's ace, this is like paradise. This is the honeymoon period. And this right here, again, if you don't see this, the beginning of this video, just assume this is a normal romantic progression. And for Phoebe, this is like, and for someone like me, this is like top tier ace. Like, I'm just with my partner, we're holding hands, we're cuddling, we're watching a movie. We're even, look at that, they're even under the same blanket. Super cute. Like, this is heaven for an ace. But for someone like Summer who's aloe, this is like, okay, we're getting close to what I want, that intimacy sort of setting.
What'd you say? I said I love you.
That's so sweet. And you can see the expression on Summer's face too of just like, okay, here we go. Now we're getting into the fun stuff. And Phoebe's just like, ah, I just want this to last forever. Can we just do this forever? And Summer's like, hey.
I love you back.
And I just want to go back for a second. I don't know if this is me. I pointed this out before too when I watched it. It really looks like Summer's ready to go in for a kiss here. And Phoebe's just like, oh, she loves me back. And it doesn't happen. So you kind of look how her head's, maybe that's just me, and she ends up kissing her on the head. That was, in my opinion, that was the perfect time for a makeout sesh. Okay. Again, this is really good acting too. Like, look how they get up on the porch, and Phoebe's just like, oh, cool. another fun day. And Summer's like, this girl just told me she loved me. I think it's time to take it to phase 2. And just watch the expression, like, uh... Phoebe is just like, what's going on here? I don't know if I like this.
Phoebe, what the hell? Sorry, I thought we were on the same page. We were, but then
So my first relationship when I was not much older than these two, same sort of thing happened to me. Except it was a lot more intense. And a lot more of the person I was with being very upset with me and feeling rejected.
what? I tried to take your shirt off like I asked if I could do, and you said yes. I know. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened. Why did you tell me? Tell you what? They didn't want me like that. I thought I did. You thought you did? What? Then you saw with me with my shirt off and just changed.
Okay. Like, for somebody who's not asexual, I completely understand. It took me...
Changed your mind?
Okay, there, that looks better. There's such an awkward point to pause it out. But for someone who's not asexual, this is the part where they really feel rejection. And it's just like, Phoebe didn't know that she was ace. And it got to the point where Phoebe was like, oh, okay. Because apparently Summer's like consensually asking Phoebe, like, hey, can I take my shirt off? Phoebe was like, yeah, I guess if that's what you want to do. And because Phoebe didn't know she was ace, as soon as it advanced, only then did she realize that she was uncomfortable. And this is something that I really want to emphasize. Or point out and talk about a little bit. A lot of aces, many of us, we reach a certain level of intimacy, like with the cuddling, the hand holding, and even a little bit of kissing. Because for us, it's like a physical thing. It's again, it's a platonic thing, even a little bit romantic. But once it advances past that certain point, we just stop responding. And we're not comfortable. Some of us don't know how to say no, so we just kind of go along, and eventually it gets to the point where you're so far into this intimate setting, you're just like, I gotta stop. And sometimes it's even like getting ready to do the deed where it's just like, I'm not ready to perform, I can't do this. Obviously, it didn't get to this point here, but in my relationship, it did get to that point, and my partner was very, very upset with me. So this is definitely relatable. To an extent, except for Summer's handling it way better than my partner did. Even though Summer's very upset.
That's not what I meant. We should have talked about this before we started dating. That way I would have known to... Would have known to what? Not date me?
And this is how I feel right now trying to date. I disclose, like, if I go on Bumble, if I go on Tinder, if I meet somebody who's romantically interested or wants to date, I'm just like, hey, I'm an ace. I'm getting that out of the way right now. Like, I'm not going to change. That's who I am. I'm not gray ace. I'm not demi. I am just plain Jane vanilla ace. And Phoebe is just like, even if I knew I was ace, why would I tell you? Would have never dated me. And that's a lot of aces. There's not a lot of aces. We're like 2% of the general population in terms of statistics. So being a little bit unwilling to tell the person you're dating that you're ace, even if you don't know, like, it's a little bit unethical, but it's understandable.
Is that all you wanted me for? Oh yeah, that sounds like a fun game. See how long it takes to get the new girl in bed and do That.
She says that because YouTube won't let you say the other word, which I've been kind of making innuendos to, which is really silly because she said the S word earlier. Um, I think it's a little bit tongue in cheek.
You can't even say the word.
Yeah, you can't because of YouTube.
What? Are you Ace? What?
And Phoebe does not know that she's Ace, which is a very common experience. But as I've said, this is 2% of the population. Aces are, compared to LGBTQ plus people, Aces are a minority even within that group. So we're a minority within a minority. And there's just not a lot of representation. One, because there's not a lot of us. And two, people don't think we exist. We're like unicorns, apparently. I wish unicorns existed. It'd be a pretty cool world.
Nothing. See you around.
That's why our mascot's the unicorn, by the way. Because people say we don't exist. Poor Phoebe. Poor Summer, too. Summer feels rejected here. Summer's just like, oh, okay, everything was going good, and I was ready to take it to the next level because that's honestly, that's like I said, the beginning of this show, this movie was a normal romantic progression. There was no indication that Phoebe was Ace until the tomfoolery started, as I like to call it. And now Summer's just like, oh, you don't think I'm attractive? You don't like me that way? Why didn't you say something? I wasted my time here. And that's me doing my best impersonation of an aloe person. Poor Summer. And this is the sad part of the movie. And it's raining. It's gloomy. And Phoebe's just like, dang it, I hate the world. And Summer's just like, dang it, I hate the world. And here's the cards again. Ah, there it is. You can't say it, but you can show it. That's what I mean by the S word, by the way. I love this bit of acting right here. Summer's just like sad. The cut to black. Like, look at this. She's just like completely depressed. And then she sees her partner and watch what happens. Oh my god, it's
I
you.
think we should talk.
Probably. I don't like that we fought. Yeah.
This is so wholesome. I love
really
this.
sorry about everything. I didn't mean to flip out like that.
This is really good on Summer's part, but unnecessary. Summer has a normal S word drive. I did it. And Phoebe doesn't. And Summer feels ashamed. But now, as Phoebe has done her homework, and Phoebe says, no, girl, I got you. It's me. And that's okay that you're that way, and it's okay that I'm that way. That's why this is such a good, wholesome story.
I just didn't know what to do. It's not you.
I think. I think I am. Ace. Oh. Yeah.
This is where the part where Summer says, well, that doesn't exist. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, I've just heard that so much. This is
Hey,
sweet.
that's okay. I still want to be with you. As long as you do. I do.
Hey, that's a little soon, don't you think?
You really still want to be with me? Even if I can't give you what you need?
Okay, and here's where I want to elaborate a little bit more. Phoebe says that she cannot give Summer what she needs, and that's more or less true. Demis can, once they have that intimacy. Grays can, sometimes even before that. Gray aces, demi aces, or demi S words. Um, Regular aces, maybe not. But a lot of us, once we have a connection and a level of trust in which we can lose ourselves, it's not really an issue. It's about closeness and satisfying our partners. And a lot of us, once we love our partners, it's not an issue. It's not about us anymore. We lose ourselves and we can do the thing. So, for those of you who are curious, it's a spectrum. It's not just one. Phoebe just might be the spectrum that just can never ever do that because it's physically repulsive, and or the act is repulsive, which is true for all aces, but some of us can lose ourselves in the moment and forget that it's repulsive and just think about pleasing our partner.
All I need is you. Just you. Not your body, not that. Just give me the feel. And your hugs.
So sweet.
Really? Because I'm not changing.
Very important, right here. We do not change. We might be able to perform and satisfy, but we do not change. Every new relationship we get into, even if we were out of a relationship where we got to the level we were ready to perform and satisfy, we can't just flip the switch back and redo it all over again. We stay this way. It's it's not an I want to use the term affliction, but it's not affliction. It's actually, for me personally, the level of friendships that I've developed, the level of trust that I have with people that are single, that can know they can be around me and know I won't try to advance or make a move, and the level of trust that I can go and stay with people who are single and never have them fear that I'm going to try to do something sketchy or vice versa. That's a blessing. I mean, 75% of it, the other experiences I have are pretty terrible sometimes, but that part is nice.
I don't want you to. I love you. I love you back.
And they lived happily ever after. Yeah, I'll roll the credits. Yes, a very good short film, good acting. I love the cinematography. I love the scenery. And I love the vibe that this has. So, good job by the two actresses. And the music is pretty cute too. Alright, so that's it for that short film. Probably one of the best ACE representative films out there. I think it's closing on 1 million views, so please watch it if you're watching this. This is a little bit of a deviation from my normal content, which is about nerdy stuff and video games, but I'm just trying to broaden my horizons, y'all. I'll be streaming plenty of more classic and hardcore WoW and whatever other games I want eventually, soon. But yeah, I'm an ace, everybody. It's out in the internet. I have a podcast called Ace in the Wild. I will link it below. I have like 11 episodes now on that. And my latest episode is actually on this video. And on that video, I could use more descriptive language, and it's about twice as long as this. Actually, not quite, maybe about 8 minutes longer. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and peace.